For today's video, we're going to be doing a distance Reiki session for attracting luck. Attracting luck. So I'm going to start off using my selenite wand. So we're going to begin by doing a little bit of clearing. I like to start my sessions doing several rounds of energy clearing. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. I'd love for you to join us if you want to subscribe to check out my new videos. I've been trying to do 2 videos a week. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and thank you to all of you amazing individuals for your comments and for being here. It's great. So we're going to start at the ground, we're going to move down. So as we do this, if you wanted to take a few deep, rejuvenating breaths at your own time, at your own pace. We're just going to give ourselves the gift of presence here, being here with ourselves, with whatever we're bringing to the table. And just seeing right now, as we scan with the selenite wand, if there's anything in our energy field that we want to clear and that's available to be cleared. So, attracting luck. I think with any session like this, or with any kind of manifesting like this, it can be really nice and very helpful to approach it with a sense of play, a sense of fun, that we're not being too serious here. There's a lightness to it. I think if we start to think about these things with too tight a grip, then I think we can create blockages. So, trying to just invite in and actively invite in a sense of play here, a sense of lightness. I've got some tools and stones to support us in that as well. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to do a little bit of further clearing with some sage. So I'm going to bring that in now. Trusty little bundle. Sometimes I fluctuate in making these sessions of feeling like I really want to kind of delve into the nitty-gritty of something, and then other times just want to invite lightness in. So that's kind of how I'm feeling today. Just want to invite a nice light energy here. So I'm staying about a foot from your body, and I'm just using the smoke to clear. Okay, great. There we go. Okay. Great. So we have a little bit of spray. This is jasmine spray. I use very little of the essential oil in this particular spray because jasmine can be pretty overpowering. So just a very little bit. So it just kind of has that floral suggestion, I guess, as if we're in a field and a breeze comes by and we just catch a hint, waft of that beautiful, rich, floral scent. Spraying to your right. Now spraying to your left. Now spraying down at your feet. And above your head. Okay. We're going to light our candle now and set our intention for this session. This is a sandalwood and smoke candle, and it's a crackling wood wick candle. And I really like using these for these sessions. So after we set our intention, I just set it to the side, and then it can provide some additional ASMR just crackling away. One of my favorite sounds. Okay. Got in my back pocket. So on behalf of your highest, wisest, most empowered and aligned selves, in loving comfort and perfect balance, I wish to support you in attracting more luck into your life. Now, if you'd like to clarify, specify, or alter this in any way, feel free to do that now. I will leave the candle open for you, this flame open for you to set your own intention. Okay, great. I'm going to place this over here now. Now I'm going to light some incense. And I'm going to draw the sacred Reiki symbols. Then we'll play around with some stones. There we go. That'll do. So just lighting that off of the candle to preserve the intention that we've set. And now I'm just going to draw the symbols about a foot from your heart center. So now I'm just using the smoke to clear anything that's not in service of that intention, to clear and cleanse. Sometimes we don't even know what needs to be cleared in order for us to come into alignment. Very often it's energies that we're not very conscious of, and so we just have to be kind of open. Great. Okay. I'm going to start with this Citrine cluster. This is a great stone for manifestation, for joy. This is a great stone for attracting abundance and prosperity. Most of the stones that we're going to be playing around with today are along those same lines, but it's got a great joyful energy to it, so I wanted to use this to just kind of comb through the energy field here and just start to notice if anything comes up. Luck is really so mercurial. It can be, dependent on so many things. It can look so different for everybody. And there are actions and steps that we can take to make sure that when luck enters our sphere, when luck enters our lives, that we can harness it and take full advantage of our fortunate circumstances. So the things that we can do, maybe when we're not feeling very lucky, some things that we can do are visualize what we want. Let that really become a reality for us. So specific that you can almost taste it. Imagining and setting these visualizations with intentionality. It's a nice thing to practice, just to check in with what our hearts really and truly want. Imagining fully what our dreams coming to fruition would look, feel, and really be like. So we can do that. We can prepare ourselves to be, the most aligned and ready to step into whatever it is that we want to attract or call more of, or in what way we want to be lucky. If our luck is very general, then we might not be as ready to take full advantage of its potential. But if we're intentional about how we want to move through the world, what we want, then when these opportunities arise, we can really get the most out of them. That end, I really think that the solar plexus is a great space for this lucky energy. Yes, we need everything to have flow and alignment and balance. We need to feel safe enough to be able to trust luck when we see it. We need to be connected enough in our third eye to feel like we can have the wisdom to discern when luck is presenting itself. Connection to the universe that can help us both recognize these gifts and also fill them with a sense of purpose and a sense of humility and divinity. Okay, great. Now I'd like to invite in some green aventurine and some jade. Green aventurine I like to use for success, financial or otherwise. But I think success in our goals, anything like that, So I wanted to bring this in for this session. And then Jade. Jade is a great stone of luck. Green jade. This is a great stone for attracting money and for prosperity and abundance. Most of these stones have associations with those themes as well. So I'm just going to be moving both of these through your aura here. So as we're doing this, if you wanted to sort of start at least inviting in some visualizations, and I've heard people say that they're kind of ashamed to wish for something. I can understand that. I just encourage you to let whatever comes come, whatever you're comfortable with happen. So if you feel like maybe right now at this present moment, asking the universe for kind of your largest dream doesn't feel aligned, it actually makes you feel worse. I can understand that. So maybe just try to find something that fits with where you are right now. I know a lot of people have different opinions about attracting, but I think you just want to, your first guide should always be yourself, I think. So make sure that you're in alignment, you're not hurting anybody or wishing ill on anybody or yourself, obviously, but just really touching in with yourself and saying, what do I want? What do I need? How can I make this experience more comfortable for me and my, it's so deeply personal, this kind of thing, isn't it? So just saying, okay, well, if I want to manifest, or attract in luck with making friends, or maybe I want to attract in luck with certain financial endeavors, try to make it fit where you are and what you're experiencing and what you're moving through. Make it personal if you can. Try to have fun with it and play with it. What would the best day look like if you were able to attract this kind of luck? What would you do with that? So if you wanted to start that visualization process as we move through these next stones, I would definitely encourage that. Or just receive this energy. Okay, great. And now we have some Pyrite. This is fool's gold, or Pyrite, and this is labradorite. It's got a beautiful flash to it, so I like using Pyrite to attract in money, prosperity, abundance, and I think it's a very lucky stone. It's protective and all of that kind of deflects negative energy. I think it's a really great stone for anyone's collection. Labradorite. I think a lot of people connect with labradorite as just one of those stones that automatically feels special and magical because it just looks like an ordinary stone, and then you turn it the right way and it has a special secret electric glimmer for you. And it's just kind of a fun thing. This is a very magical stone, great for aligning your upper chakras. It's great for manifesting and attracting. It's great for any kind of lucid dreaming or dream work, dream recall. It's a fun stone, so I'm going to just start moving these through here, primarily focusing on the upper chakras here. If you wanted to do the same thing, continue that visualization and just play around with it. What feels nice? What feels aligned when you visualize it? And if you're not someone who likes to visualize or you don't connect with that, then just connecting with a feeling. What did that feel like? You can just think about and ground in the feelings associated with attracting this kind of luck into your life. Luck. Candles got a lot to say about this. Okay. A few more stones. Some red garnet. This is a great stone for manifesting. It's great for really firing you up. It's so dark it almost looks black. And then my little pineapple quartz. And so we're going to be running this through. I wanted to use both of these, and I'm going to be activating the different chakras as we move through with the garnet, using this little point, can you see, to draw the symbols. Using this pineapple quartz now to kind of cut through any self-doubt. I think if we enter any space with any negative energy, like self-doubt, and again, like I said, create some blockages. So we want to just be conscious of that. And I know it's much easier said than done. These are not easy practices to remove self-doubt. If only it were that easy, right? Or just to encourage you to say, if it's available for you to leave it and to release it, it's not serving you here. And there's no judgment there. You know, we all doubt ourselves. We all have that. It is hard to clear that. we have to, practice. There's so many things you can do, obviously. Seeing a mental health care professional is a great start. But in terms of, our spiritual practice and things that we can do, as part of our practice, affirmations can be so helpful for that, creating your own that feel personal to you, reminding yourself that you're okay, you're great. When you start to doubt if you're worthy of luck, let's say, I've heard people say that before. Of course you are. You are so worthy. You are so worthy of luck and abundance and prosperity. Most of us have some blockages when it comes to all of that, but you are so worthy of it. Sometimes we just have to bring awareness into our mindset, whether it's a money mindset or whether it's, their sense of self-worth. Sometimes just bringing awareness there can help us to recognize what we're doing and then maybe try to start taking steps in a new direction. Okay, great. Lovely. Spread outside of your heart center and your solar plexus. Connecting your root and your crown here. If you want to breathe with me here, that'd be great. They don't have to be synchronized, but just try to breathe deeply, consciously, lovingly. Connecting the third eye here to the sacral, 2-3 fingers beneath the belly button. Deep breaths here. Make sure that you're comfortable, obviously. As you exhale, maybe try to release a different part of your body, your shoulders, maybe your brow. One place where I hold tension is my mouth. I'm gonna go like that. So, recognizing where you hold tension, your jaw. Just trying to see if you can release any of that. Hovering outside of your throat and placing my hand on the solar plexus. Just got tingles on my crown. So I think the solar plexus is really an important thing for this. So if you wanted to just give some extra love to the solar plexus today. Hovering my hands outside of the heart center here. You are divine. You are connected. You are expressive. You are loved. You are strong. You are lucky. You are creative. You are safe. You are safe. You are lucky. You can attract whatever you want. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a real honor that you've stuck around for the end of the video. So thank you. And until next time, be well. Just making sure that your little friend is receiving the kind of care and attention that they need. And so, you can already start to kind of do some hands-on healing. So, make sure that you set an intention on behalf of Georgie's highest, wisest, most empowered, balanced, and aligned self. Reiki with Anna.